Suzanne Breen, a journalist for the Sunday Tribune, took a call from a man from a group called the Real IRA that claimed responsibility for the attack. I spoke to her a little earlier, started by asking her what was said in that phone call.
I received a phone call this afternoon from a male caller who said he represented the South Antrim Brigade of the Real IRA. He claimed responsibility for the gun attack on the British Army base the previous night. He said he made no apologies, nor did the Real IRA, for targeting British soldiers while Britain continued to what he called occupy the north of Ireland. He also made no apologies for the attack on civilian workers. These were pizza delivery men. He said that people who serviced the British Army in the north were collaborators and therefore were legitimate targets.
Did the call sound credible? What more do we know about the caller?
Well, the caller was an anonymous caller. He was a male caller. He gave me two code words, which I authenticated as correct. So I believe that this was a completely genuine claim from the Real IRA. They would have been the main suspects for the attack anyway, because they would be the largest dissident Republican group in Northern Ireland.
Suzanne, you've written on the Omagh bombing back in 1998 that the Real IRA carried out. What do you know about this group?
The Real IRA would perhaps have several hundred members in Northern Ireland. It would be nowhere near as big as the Provisional IRA would have been before its ceasefire. Until now, in any of the Real IRA attacks, it has managed only to kill civilians. This shows that the Real IRA is capable now of targeting members of the security forces. I think what will surprise the security forces was the area that the Real IRA carried out its operation in was actually a unionist Protestant area. It certainly wasn't a Republican area. It's not an area where the security forces would have been expecting a Real IRA attack, and I think that will worry the police and the army in Northern Ireland.
Now, Gordon Brown has been defending the strength of the will for peace. Do you think this group has the ability to derail the peace process?
No, I don't think the group has the ability to derail the peace process. I think the government at Stormont is secure, but it does put pressure on Sinn Féin, because this attack will be popular with some people who would vote Sinn Féin in Sinn Féin traditional areas, hardline supporters. They wouldn't have a lot of sympathy for the British Army. They wouldn't have sympathy for British soldiers being killed. The Real IRA can't mount a sustained campaign, but I think it shows that it can carry out various high-profile attacks that can certainly destabilise those who are working for peace and a normal society in Northern Ireland.